Welcome to the Missouri Woods and Water podcast with your host tonight, Nathan Thomas and Micah Winstead.
Okay. Just straight up say it like that.
Yeah. That's your government name.
I guess.
Andy was scared.
He's still shaking from
He's still scared from Mexico. They got him pretty riled up, the cartel fellers.
We're going to do a show about that. So don't say too much, but if anybody's been paying attention to the news, the Mexican cartel and the Mexican government started fighting.
Yeah.
And Andy was caught up in it.
Yeah, he was kind of in the
He
middle
was down
of it
in
all.
Mexico with his wife.
So
he didn't get to come home for
a few extra days. I don't know exactly.
like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he sent us a bunch of pictures. It's crazy.
It was it got a little Western.
Yeah. So Andy fought the cartel and
He won.
he won.
So
Surprises me because he didn't beat you wrestling in the mountains.
No, I whooped his ass. Straight up made him my
We
bitch.
need to have like a full on get a wrestling mat. You two both wear the leotards or whatever wrestlers wear, and you gotta wrestle each other.
He has been.
I think
working
he
at
would whoop your ass today.
You think
Have
so?
you seen him?
I mean, muscle's not everything.
I think it's a lot, and you've lost a lot of weight, so your muscles probably a little weaker than they were.
I don't know. I think I could take him.
I'll just say this: I don't bet, but if I bet money, I would bet on him. Now, you do have that white trash kind of know how to fight vibe.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I've been in a few fights, yes.
So
it's been a long time.
I can see that. Andy's a much nicer individual than you.
Sure.
I don't mean that you're mean, but he's got a nicer heart, nicer disposition. So okay, I don't know. I think I'd still put my money on the bigger person,
I think I could take him.
but I would like to see this. Maybe we'll make it happen.
I'm down. I mean, I'm almost 40 years old, so I probably shouldn't be doing this stuff. But
Someone's gonna tear something.
yeah, someone's gonna get hurt.
Yeah. Fun show tonight.
Yeah. So we had Brandon
Clements. Why can I not say that last name?
I don't know. I just want to say Clemens for whatever reason.
I know, me too.
But
Or
we had
Clements.
Brandon on.
Yep.
He has a very cool story about a deer that he shot and recovered. So we'll leave it
There
at
you
that.
go. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
A deer he killed.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Probably.
And so we're going to talk about some sponsors real quick.
Are we? Are we going to do that?
And then
Okay.
we're going to get on with the show.
Okay.
So
Huxworks.
Huxworks.
We talked about rifles after the recording.
Yeah. Yeah, his wife
His
was
wife
here.
came.
Yeah, his wife was here.
and was moral support.
Yeah. So they were both big shooters and stuff. Didn't ask about suppressors, though.
No, we
have.
didn't. We should have.
Yeah. Everybody should be running a suppressor. And we would suggest running the Hux suppressors.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Athlon Optics. Someone asked me a question today, and I need to respond to them, actually, about what scope I use.
I just don't see why I would need anything other than the Midas Tac.
It's pretty freaking good. Or the Aries.
Or the Aries. I just like them. I mean,
I would like to try a Chronos just because it's their highest end one.
sure.
Just to see.
My thing is, though, I'm never going to be shooting
I
over
get that.
500 yards.
I just want to try it.
Right. I've come to realize I'm not a long-range shooter.
I don't think. I mean,
I don't
most
know.
hunters aren't. It's just part.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Midas
But-
Tac does it for me.
Midas Tac's pretty nice. I'd like to maybe get a different one, like the. Wait a minute, we have the 5x25, correct?
Uh-huh.
Don't they make like a 6x32?
Probably.
I'm gonna try that.
They got a lot of options out there.
They do.
I mean, if you ever get on their website, they have.
They've got a lot, almost overwhelmingly.
Yeah.
So ask us. We'll tell you what we run.
Yeah.
I got to reply to somebody. I don't remember. This is what sucks about social media. I don't remember what they sent me a message on.
And if you need one, we do know some dealers if you're close to us or if you're down in the Harrisonville area.
Yeah. Actually, we got another dealer, our buddy Drake, who used to be with Athlon, started a company, and him and his business partner are going to come on. But Drake didn't freaking text me back, and now I know why. They had a baby.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, Drake.
Yeah. So I guess you're excused.
Yeah, for a little bit anyways.
Yeah.
Who wants to be home right now?
Yeah. Just come on over.
Yeah. I'm offering you a few hours.
of just solace.
Yeah.
Yeah. On X, use our code MWW20 for, you guessed it, 20% off.
You're dang right. I use
Go to the website. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah. Be looking or listening or watching, whatever. Sometime in the future, we're going to be doing a shoot.
Summertime.
Through Onyx.
With Aerodynamics.
With Aerodynamics.
Check out Aerodynamics Pro Shop in Warrensburg, Missouri. Not actually in Warrensburg, in the country, outside of Warrensburg.
Yep.
Easy to get to. Kevin and his staff are top-notch. They're going to be at the Show Me Whitetail Classic, Show Me Whitetail Expo, March 15th, and we might be there with him.
Awesome.
He's offered us to come hang out with him in his booth. We want to go there, but I just can't be there all weekend.
Yeah,
so
we can't commit to the whole weekend.
So then I'm like, well, if I get a booth and just don't go there, it don't make any sense. So
right.
We might go hang out with Kevin for as much as we can in that weekend because we do want to support the expo. It is, Missouri's March 15th. It's a Saturday, I think, right? Where are you at?
I'm nowhere, but I'm on call that week.
What's that matter? You're just going to be in Kansas City, can't you just...
Yeah, that's true, but I'm going to try to switch it now.
All right, cool.
We'll see.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, check out Aerodynamics as well. And Morel Targets.
Weather's getting nice.
It is, and the boys have been shooting their bows.
Have you been shooting yours?
Not since the first time.
That's pretty bad.
I need to go get some of those weights from last week's show.
Shoot it.
I know. I just want to play now that I've learned a lot about.
I just want to shoot.
Danglies.
Little danglies.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay attention more about how my bow aims.
Yeah, sure.
Instead of just dealing with what it wants to do, I want to feel what it's trying to do,
right? And
then
go from there.
Change, yeah.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, Huntworth Gear. Use our code MWW15, 15% off. Man, this stuff's, great. I have not gotten one single chill this year. Actually, so we did the MDS coyote hunt, which should be next week's show, by the way. Missouri Disabled Sportsman's coyote hunt, and it was cold, especially, was it Saturday night? Friday night. Friday night, it was cold. I never got cold.
Oh, and I actually screwed up. I thought I grabbed my Heat Boost pants, and I ended up grabbing the mid-season.
Your Elkins.
My Elkins pants, and they were still, I was comfortable.
Because they're still windproof.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a little breezy, if I remember right.
Yeah.
But that was a fun hunt.
The one stand that was a little uncomfortable was Saturday night when we went up on the hill.
Yeah, a little breezy.
But it was just because the wind was right in our face, so my hands got cold.
Yeah.
Because, as we all know, I don't wear gloves that often. And I wasn't wearing them that night either.
You're pretty bad about that.
It's not bad. I just don't like.
I
don't like wearing gloves.
The fingerless ones are
I
great.
don't want anything on.
Okay.
I just want to use my dexterity.
That's why I use the fingerless ones.
Just see, or it's
you
called
can do
be a man.
You can do that.
Be a man.
And you can be a man whenever that coyote comes in and your hands are frozen and you don't have good control. Okay. Yeah, you can be a man.
Yeah, I wasn't hunting.
That's true. Whenever you're pushing those buttons. Won't be able to feel that.
Poor Jake's gonna get to talk about that.
Yeah. So.
But so that's our sponsors. We appreciate all of them. Great show this week. I really enjoy the shows where I don't know what's coming.
Thanks for coming in to the studio, Brandon.
Thanks for reaching out to us.
Yeah, for sure. We enjoy.
We ask our listeners to reach out, and we can't get everybody on the show, but there's times where a listener will tell us about something. And I'll be like, dude, if they want to do a show, not everybody's cut out to do podcast. I get that, and some people don't want to talk on camera. But, dude, sometimes it works out, and he lives 30 minutes away from where we're sitting right now, and
worked out.
We recorded a show, man.
Yep.
It was good.
So we're going to get into that.
Let's do it.
This is the Missouri Woods and Water Podcast.
Okay.
See ya. Welcome to the Missouri Woods and Water Podcast. Got Nate, myself, Micah, hosted tonight, and we got our buddy Brandon Clements.
Clements.
Clements. I used to know a Clements.
How is it that I have a hard time with that last name?
I'm retarded.
Clemens is what I want to say.
Yeah. So,
Clemens.
how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Yeah.
You were asking about the editing. You don't ever hear the clapping in the show, but we do that every time.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for the the video.
Gives them a place
It gets
to be
this
like,
audio with the video
Okay.
because it's hard to figure out where to start it.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for me.
Timing and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because what people see on YouTube is what we're talking into, and then just the video. I turn all that audio off because it's garbage. So, little tidbit for everybody. And sometimes it's a little off, and you can get over it because I'm not spending 4 hours trying to figure out. But it works pretty close. So, Brandon, we have here tonight. We're excited about this one. I found you social media. As much as I hate it, it got us with you. So, we're talking about this guy. If you're watching on YouTube, you get to see it. If you're just listening, sorry. But this deer is a beast. It is an awesome story. Maybe not the best story in the world for, Brandon, I guess. But in the end, you are still holding him. So, who knows? But so before we start, Brandon, who are you? Where you're from? What do you do for a living? If you feel like saying it.
Well, I'm Brandon. We discussed that.
Let's go, Brandon.
Well, hey, I'll take it. So I'm not originally from Missouri, from Central Illinois. Wife and I, we moved out here 5 years ago, going on 6, and got onto this farm and just kind of decided what we wanted to make it look like when we were finished, or at least the process of working towards it.
Yeah.
By all means, we are not even close, but
It's a process.
Absolutely.
What brought you to Missouri?
Work.
Work?
And
What
it's
kind of work
not
you do?
Illinois, so
I can own a gun without fear of.
Yeah, no shit. What kind of work you into?
I do field service work for a pump company
Okay,
out
that's
of the
cool.
city. So
Nice.
we do a lot of, not just pumps, it's rotating assembly, all kinds of mechanical, whatever, what have you. So
Awesome.
interesting work.
I just noticed if you lean back too much, you're not going to be in video. Or if you scoot towards me, you'll be good. It's the only bad thing about this studio. It needs to be about 5 feet further that way, that wall. But we make do.
Yeah.
We make do.
So did you grow up hunting, or is it kind of a newer thing?
So my family, I don't have any family members that hunt. I'm the only one. And I had a friend of mine that we became good friends. He always hunted his whole life. His older brother hunted, dad hunted, all that good stuff. And he got me into it. And I believe I was 15 years old, and I'd just, climb up in the tree and hang on a branch. I'm going hunting while he shot whatever come by, hopefully. And that was kind of the start. And then it led into, I'd say, an obsession, lifestyle, whatever it is that you want to kind of.
Addiction. That's what I like to call it.
There you go. An expensive one at that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, babe. If you're listening, I don't spend any money on hunting. Ever. I didn't spend half my day off of work.
Yeah, you came from a good state for deer hunting.
You did.
I mean, as much as I don't like the state, I mean, they have some monster deer out there. Were you in an area that, had good deer, or city, suburbs? What kind of?
So, if you know where Springfield is,
I don't know where shit's at in Illinois.
Central Illinois, about 30 minutes south. Pretty good areas. I'm not going to name counties or anything, but good areas down there. A lot of mix of big ag and some draws. And I had some really good friends growing up, high school and all that. I'd go help them and during harvest or whatever, what have you, on the farm, and then I'd get to hunt their ground. So, I was really appreciative of that growing up, not owning my own ground and not having a family that has their own ground. There's public, sure, absolutely, and by all means do it, but I like private myself if I could.
I think most people would choose that if they had their rathers. Yeah, it's part of it. But yeah, that's cool. I'm in the same boat. I didn't grow. Actually, I started hunting even after you did, as far as age, and yeah, it happens to a lot of folks. That's why I kind of talk about getting people in the outdoors. Why we kind of started this podcast. Not the only reason, but why you talk about this sort of stuff, because there could be, hell, I got a buddy who was 40 years old, went on his first deer hunt, killed his first deer, and now he goes every year. He just rifle hunts, but so, he's out in the woods now. He goes out and he hunts for 10 days a year, and I love it because he never did it before.
Right.
So, One thing we should mention, shout out to Brandon's wife, Kayla, who is moral support in the background. Hi, Kayla. I don't know if I could say that. Is that okay? Okay. Yeah, so does he have a name?
14.
14.
Just,
I like it.
Pretty
Simple. Still a name.
Plain.
Still a name.
Simple.
Still a name.
All the files, anyways, they all just say 14 pointer and
Yeah.
pretty.
It counts as a name.
I mean, that's a good name.
Yeah.
How long have you known the deer?
I knew him 2 years before I shot him.
Okay.
2 years.
Hold on. So you knew him 2 years before you shot him, and I know the rest of the story, sort of. So did you pretty much know him immediately starting to hunt this place?
No.
Okay, I was going to say, because, it's been close to when you moved here. So, okay, before we get into the story, though, let's talk about the property.
Okay.
Okay, we got to paint that picture, right, for anybody listening that is on podcast world. So talk about just the layout of the land. You don't have to say how big or how many acres, but just kind of the layout, what you're hunting, how it sets up to go after a deer like this.
So the property that it's long, it's not very wide, and it's I'd consider it a smaller parcel myself, 50 acres.
I mean, that's most of this area. I mean, there's some larger, obviously, but, that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
This 50 acres has maybe, I'd say 15, 20 acres of actual timber. Mm-hmm. Most of it runs along a creek on the western edge, and then I've got 2 hay fields that kind of stagger north and south of each other with a big oak ridge that runs right down the center. If there's a deer up on that ridge, they can see both sides and look down into the hay fields. But the neighbors have some pretty thick stuff. Mm-hmm. Pretty nasty, gnarly.
So they got your bedding.
Absolutely.
Is what you're saying. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And nobody goes in there. I don't know what's in there.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
Right. Those little sanctuary.
When you only when you got 50 acres and the bedding is not on you, is that necessarily a bad thing?
No.
Because when you walk in to hunt, if you're walking in of a afternoon, let's say, you're not bumping a bunch of deer that are already in bed before the evening. Now, in the mornings, they could still be out, but maybe they're already. I mean, I don't mind that. I mean, yes, it would be nice to be like, I know all the deer are on me, but do you really want them there when you're walking in? Not really. So it's not the worst thing in the world, and you know where they're coming from if that's the case.
Exactly. Definitely the access, because of that, makes it a lot easier. Is it perfect? No, by all means, no. But it works. Mm-hmm. And trying to hunt specific deer on such a small acreage, that has so many challenges on its own. For me, this is probably one of the biggest deer I've seen on the hoof.
I think it would be true for most people.
I mean, that right there is a wonder for me. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, right.
And then the story to back it up.
It's even crazier.
So this farm, how long have you been hunting it?
Be 4 years now. 4 years now. And I put in 3 food plots. I had a 4th one that was just kind of to keep an eye on it. So I've been working on and trying to improve this small acreage. Mm-hmm. If you don't have the bedding, well, try to get everything else they want.
Right.
Food.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if I've got the food in the neighborhood, I'm at least going to get something to come in there and check it out.
So you said your 2 fields there are hay fields. Is there any big ag around outside of, well, you said the neighbor's pretty gnarly. You got hay. Is there big ag anywhere else to where that draws them away from you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I figured.
To the south of me, there's not much. I'm kind of fortunate about that, and I'm good friends with my neighbor, and he's the one that's got the row crops, and I couldn't tell you how much is there, but it's enough to draw them for sure.
Yeah.
And he's got wheat.
Huh.
Wheat in the summer or in the winter time, so
yeah.
He keeps them coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so trying to get a deer to come and stick around, which he ended up doing that after the first year. The first year I seen him once.
Let's talk about the very first time you saw him. Was it on camera or on the hoof?
It was on camera.
Okay. So cell cams, are we going and checking our SD cards, which I sometimes miss, by the way. But anyway, what was the camera process that year?
So on 50 acres, I run 14 cameras, all SD cards, because if I have them, why not?
Right.
That's a good point.
They're not cell cams. Gives me a reason to go check out and just ride through there, pretty quick. But you guys understand, you're ever in the woods or what have you, you're constantly looking for a sign. You're constantly looking for the next play, right? So
I did that today. I was picking up cameras and found some sheds. I found one side to Micah's deer from this year, and I marked several obvious trails. I marked, when all the leaves are off everything, you can see hubs. I found a great hub, by the way.
Nice.
Also, I don't think our blind's going to work as good as we think we thought it was going to work, especially on the one side. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. But it's a great time to pay attention to that sort of stuff. And I almost exclusively run cell cams now, and I kind of miss the other ones. I still have a dozen. I don't ever take them out. I don't know why, because they're great cameras.
I don't think I have any SD card.
Well, remember I sold mine to our buddy Ethan, and then I bought them back.
Yeah.
Or I maybe traded them something. I can't remember what I did, and I still haven't used them yet. I need to.
If I didn't have property that I lived on, I'd absolutely go with cell cams.
Well, that's my
practicality.
Thing. I don't live where I hunt. I'm 15 minutes from the closest place I hunt.
Yeah.
Sure, I could run cards or regular cameras, but cell cameras are so easy.
So
man.
nice.
It's so easy.
So nice.
That's another thing about this deer, because whenever I was starting to get pictures of them, it was I'm limited. I got to go to work, so evening time's the only time I can go check or work or what have you. So if I did get home early enough to run out and check cameras to try to get a bead on him, maybe he was there the week before or whatever, just to try to get an idea where he was moving. That was difficult on its own, because being a small, narrow property, access,
is hard.
Very limited, once again.
Well, what I'm jealous of is me and my brother-in-law Russell used to do this. We used to hunt a farm together that my biggest deer to date came off of, and we used to have so many cameras, and they were all SD cards, and we would, once every couple of weeks, I'd go pick them up, we'd drive out there, and we would walk the farm, pick up our SD cards, and we'd go back to his house, and we'd get on the computer, and we'd just start. And it was like Christmas morning. For me, it was fun. I miss that about the cell cam thing, because now it's every picture you get to see it. But so I'm guessing you picked up all your cards, your 14 cards that day, went back to the house, sat down,
got the laptop out, and
saw this feller.
Yep.
Now, what did he look like back then?
Dark. His antlers were dark. I'm talking as dark as this table here. Just really, really dark chocolate antlers on him. And he stuck with that. I'm not sure if the sun bleached him.
I would guess so.
Oh, definitely.
I'm assuming so. I mean, he was out there for what I'm going to say 2 years. So
hold that thought. I got another thing to say after we get to the end that I'm amazed at. But anyway, moving on. So did he look like this already, or was he
really
smaller?
Change.
Really?
He really didn't change from the year prior. So the first year I seen him with that one picture, and I knew he was a good deer. Was it the best picture? No, but
it was just
I could see he was a good deer. The following year, I got a lot better pictures, and it was way more consistent, a lot more consistent.
Were you hunting him that first year, though?
The first year, I didn't find out about him till late October.
Oh.
So it was kind of that's a nice surprise.
Cool. Right.
Something like that's walking around the woods. That's already enough for me to go out hunting more,
Definitely, yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And
that's year one. You didn't really get many pictures until year two. I mean, so you got history with him. I mean, obviously the end of it, there's not much history other than time going on. But that first year, that was the only picture you ever saw.
It's the only thing I've seen.
And you never
deer.
saw him
Nope.
on a hoof.
Nope.
So it was like, hey, passing through. End of October, you said.
Exactly.
Pre-rut.
Something's cruising along.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll come back. Who knows?
Right.
But come the following season, right? I guess let's back it up. Checking cameras at the end of that season and seeing if there was sheds, seeing who's still around, who's still alive or anything, and I still never had anything. Talked to the neighbors even. The neighbor that has the ag, he's got some cousins that run cameras and stuff, and they never seen him. Nobody even knew this deer was around, not that I heard of anyways.
Right.
Now, you said your neighbors that got the bedding or the thick stuff, do they hunt or just do nothing with it?
From my understanding, yes, they do hunt, but in that particular area, they can't get to it.
Nice.
It's all the way in the very back corner of their property.
So you were kind of talking to the neighbors. Was it them that you were asking about? Like, hey, have you seen this deer? Or were they
Those
just
the ones with the ag?
No. The one was the ag he said he's good friends with. Yeah. I was talking about where that thick stuff is.
Oh. Where the thick stuff is.
Or they're, like everybody's got that one neighbor. He's like, hey, he just don't talk to me, or I don't talk to him or something. But, not a problem or whatever, but it just is what it is. So you really, you just had no idea. The neighbor across never really saw him. And then you didn't really talk to the people where the bedding was that much.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct. And it's not, I wasn't trying to be shady by any means, but I also didn't want to go just telling everybody, hey,
just running your mouth. hey, there's a really big deer back there. Have you guys seen it?
Right, exactly.
No, I get it.
But then again, I also think, it's not my deer.
Right.
That's my thoughts on the whole thing, but either way, I
it
still want the best
like
chances.
Yours.
Yeah.
I'm that way with every damn deer that we hunt together. Him and I do a lot of hunting together, and so like that deer, we didn't get around to nicknaming them, but we usually will nickname them. And dude, I feel like this sense of you're mine, but it's not. They don't give a crap about you.
Right. I start feeling like that whenever you get a little bit of history. When you see a deer once, maybe twice, 3 times, you start recognizing them. Yeah. Maybe you do name them. Then it starts getting a little bit more personal. Yeah. You're like, all right.
See, I feel totally. I could care less. I
know you can.
Yeah. If it shows up, I'm going to shoot him.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I wouldn't pull the trigger, but
right.
Oh, you know what? That's a 200-inch deer, but I don't know you.
Nathan named him.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nathan named him, so I'm going to let him shoot.
Wait a minute. Is that all I have to do? Is name him and you won't shoot him?
No, you can go fuck yourself. That's what you can do.
Because I'm shooting him. I recall Baraka. You still shot him.
Yeah, I did. Because he walked out in front of me.
I've heard that story. What did he end up scoring?
178.
178.
That's yeah, he was a good deer.
Heck of a deer.
Yeah.
Heck of a deer.
At least I still get to see him here.
Yeah, you do get to see him.
You still haven't made me my little tiny replica.
Yeah, I'll get to it. So year 2. He disappears year 1.
Sheds.
Nobody knows about
pictures.
him. No sheds. Year 2. When did you start throwing cameras and start seeing him again?
So I try keeping my cameras out. I maybe take them out for 3 months because I keep them out for turkey season as well. Mm-hmm. Keep them rolling. But early, I wanted to say it was August or September, he was still in full velvet whenever I got him to come. I got his first picture again, and I think I put my cameras back out in July. So couple months.
Yeah.
Whether he was there during the heat of the summer, I don't know.
Sure.
But as soon as season started coming along, I had the food plots in there, and I had all clover. I had a pure stand of clover. That was my goal for that year, is I wanted something really, really lush, something really green for that first part of the season. Mm-hmm. If he's going to come back around, maybe I can get him early. Who knows? Why not? I'll give it a try anyways.
Right.
So the food plots were in. He started coming around. Now that was, August, September. He really started coming around a lot there towards the end of September. Like end of September, into October, it was like every day. I was getting him to come in.
Somebody's living here or
It's
somewhere close.
Like daylight, nighttime pictures?
Daylight
mix?
pictures.
Oh, wow.
A lot of daylight pictures. Heck, I've got him at 2:15 in the afternoon.
Wow. So
He was
close.
He was comfortable.
Yeah.
I think he was comfortable.
He's fuck your neighbor. He might have been betting on you at that point. At 2 in the afternoon, he's just getting up out of bed and doing something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That ridge that runs right through the center, if he gets up there, and it doesn't matter where the wind's blowing, he's going to have the wind on his back, and he's going to be able to see down both sides of this wide open oak ridge. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
And
At least they're oaks.
yeah. We got a lease that doesn't have one freaking oak tree.
Bunch of walnuts, but not a single oak tree on it.
that's kind of rough. That's kind of rough.
Yeah, that's where he died, so I guess it wasn't that bad. But still, though, it'd be like, can we get like one oak tree? Oh, it is what it is.
Sure.
So when do you bow hunt, or is this rifle only? Like, what you do both, right?
I bow hunt.
Okay.
And
so
I just started rifles since I moved out here.
So you were getting
Sorry about that. That's a Missouri thing.
That's right. I forgot. They don't let you shoot guns up there.
Yeah.
What is it? Shotgun only?
So it was shotgun and muzzle loader, and I believe I might be wrong. I think it was last year. I think it was last season, maybe the season before. They just opened it up to rifle season, but there's a lot of stipulations. A lot of.
I heard about that.
It's probably not in the middle of the rut either.
No, I don't know about that. But straight wall cartridges, is that what it was? It had to be a straight wall cartridge.
I don't pay attention to Illinois and
I
the
think
rules.
I don't remember. But yeah, you're right. It was weird. So you were getting pictures of this guy, October, September. Did you start hunting him right away?
I did.
Okay.
I did. I had a buddy that came out with me, and he liked to film, and he's like, dude, I was showing him a lot of pictures of this, and he's like, I want to come out there and film, see if I can get it. I was like, sure, come on out. He goes, I got a saddle. I want to give that a test and try seeing if I can get all my camera gear and everything with my saddle and all that. So it's kind of a test, but
yeah,
maybe he pops up, and he did. He did pop up. So where he comes out of the neighbors in the thicket, he's got 2 trails he can take in 2 openings. He can either go to the north of me, and he's about 80 to 100 yards. Or if he comes to the south of me, that's where he's within 50. Hopefully he comes a little bit closer than that. This is an open food plot, so there's no limbs or anything like that. And it's fairly early. I mean, it's sun's up in the air. It's probably 4:30. I think it was September, mid-September, around the 16th, 17th. It was early in the season, and never got a shot. Nothing.
Oh,
he come in and just went straight to the north of us, and I was pretty jacked, and I told him he's right here. Never got video of him or anything, and that was it.
That was it, huh?
That was it. That was.
I'd quit my job. I'd have quit my job.
That was all.
You're supporting us, babe.
We didn't see a doe. We didn't see a fawn. We didn't see anything else that night, and it was perfect. Nice, calm. A cooler front that was coming in.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that come out.
But
Damn.
he's all.
Hey,
He's alive.
That's the only one I'd see.
I'd be happy.
It was a good hunt.
Yeah.
I got to see him. It was a darn good hunt.
What was the closest he came, you said?
50-ish.
Just not like a stopped 50 and an easy.
So
I mean, 50 is a difficult shot on a whitetail to take, but some people would try it if it was like a non-alert deer and all that stuff. But on this deer, I'm not sure that would be a great idea.
I'm saying there's a lot of guys out there that shoot 70, 80 yards, and they're
Sure.
awesome at it. I'm not that guy. And I know my limitations, so
Smart.
No, thank you.
My limitations changes every year. I found that out.
Well, and now we have new bows, so who knows?
Yeah, I change it every year.
Does that change depending on the time of season? Does it get as the season goes on?
No, like I said it before, like when
Did you just shoot 120 yards? I did.
He was really big. No, I'll set it before season starts. Like when I was shooting a lot, and like we were going out west and stuff like that, 60. I was doing 60, no problem.
Yeah, well, we had to practice all the way out to 100 back then.
Yeah. But now, I don't know what it'll be this year. I plan on shooting a lot more, but I've slowed down on my shooting just for, life, kids. You know how it goes.
Yes, sir.
And so I've moved it down to 40, so I won't take them at 40. This year might be different. So
I've gotten lucky enough that every deer I've killed has been within, 30 yards, and I've never had to make that crazy decision like – now, a lot of the stuff we hunt is just thick like that, where you're not, for a bow, you're not going to get a shot much more than 40 tops.
Right.
And I maybe I've had that one time where, well, man, okay, he's too far, but I can't remember it. So it would be difficult to watch, him out in the wide open at 50 yards, but if you don't got it, you don't got it.
Kudos to you, man.
Yeah.
I've wounded some deer, and you'll hear in a minute, but that's not a good feeling. It's really not a good feeling, no matter what the circumstances are. There's nobody that's going to punish you more than yourself.
Right.
So
you're right, 100%.
Yep.
So you saw him that night. Take us to the next steps. Did you start getting more pictures, or did he disappear for a little bit? What kind of happened from there?
The pictures continued into October. I continued to hunt him. Never did see him. I had a few really good encounters with other deer that I knew of. They wasn't him, and I kind of was all in on him.
Yeah.
He was the deer I was after, and you had to be something pretty special to pop up and have me take the shot rather than wait. So
sure. Yeah. No, I get it.
I mean, everybody gets that way. I was all in on Baraka. I mean, I hunted how many freaking times with not seeing a single deer. People get that way. I mean,
well, when you got a deer like that you know of is in the area, and you're getting constant cameras and stuff like that, it makes it easier to pass deer up. That's the one good thing about cameras, and it's the bad thing too. Cause
it is, yeah.
I'm assuming some of those deer, if you didn't know about this deer and you didn't see him on the hoof, you probably would have shot one of those, right?
Yeah. There was a couple of them.
Sure. That's the sucky part about cameras,
right?
There is times where you're like, man, wouldn't it be cool if you just went hunting and never knew what was out there?
Yeah.
And it was like a kid in a candy store. Yeah. But then I have OCD, so I'm like, I got to know what's there.
Absolutely. A new piece of property, you're excited to see what's out there, try to figure it out, and then your cameras just tell you the whole story. You're like, well, at least now I know, so that's cool.
Right. Yeah. Right. So you kept hunting him. Did he disappear at all at any point during the season? You said all the way through October, I think, just now.
Yes, all the way through October. I kept getting pictures of him, but time gets limited. Things happen. I wasn't able to hunt too much, but every time I did, I was trying to get in that area. Now, being a long, narrow piece of property, you start getting in towards November, you start getting a little bit more northwest winds.
Yeah.
I'm coming in from the north.
That sucks.
That's rough.
Early season was going to be the best. That was where I was going to try to get in closer to his bedding. And if he was already, as I figured, coming back and forth of an evening from bed to food, that was going to be my best chance. So that I kind of had that mentality in my head, and it ended up happening on Halloween. I never had a chance at a Halloween buck before.
Halloween day.
I've never been able to hunt.
Well, yeah, because we have freaking children.
Yeah, dang kids.
Do you have kids yet?
We've got animals, so holidays don't really.
Lucky. Just saying, if you have a baby at any point in time, goodbye Halloween.
Yeah.
Just saying.
You don't get to hunt Halloween.
I haven't hunted Halloween in about 15 years. Is what it is. Soon, though. Soon. Yeah.
Patience, right?
Yeah. Just be patient. My youngest is not going to care about it, hopefully, soon.
Yeah. So Halloween, take us through it, man.
So Halloween evening, I end up, I'm at home. It's supposed to be a nice, calm evening. Bluebird skies. I mean, not a cloud in the sky. I've really become fond of those bluebird skies where it's just crystal clear, a little bit of wind, a little breeze. I like that, and it seems to produce pretty good sits, good stands, and I'm sitting there. It's pretty warm. I'm messing around on my phone, screwing around, and it was starting to get around that deer 30 time. 4:30. I'm like, all right, we should probably start
paying attention,
seeing if there's any deer around here.
Yep.
And it was late enough in October. I'm like, if he's around, maybe I'll give a little grunt. Maybe I'll get him up just a little bit early. Who knows? So I throw a grunt out there, just a couple, 2, 3. I don't know what kind of grunt you want to call them. I grunted out of a grunt tube, so.
Yeah. Have you, are you a big caller?
I do like calling in situations.
Okay.
I like.
You're not like a blind caller or nothing?
Well, it depends on what time of year it is.
Okay. I'll blind grunt rattle. Like I'll do a grunt, like a tending grunt, and then rattle. I don't think you do much of it.
I try not to. I've fucked too many hunts up.
I have. Well, I've grunted and rattled at deer and scared the shit out of them. But I've also grunted at deer, and I mean the second deer I killed last year was grunted and then rattled in, but I saw him the entire time. But sometimes if you like, I just try to like, I don't know, get something to happen. You know, if I don't feel like I'm in the game anywhere, I'll just blind rattle. And I mean, I would say about 80% of the time it doesn't do anything. And it's possible that you scare a deer away that you never knew was around. I mean, it's always possible, but
Yeah.
I do try to wake the woods up sometimes. That's true. And I think that's, you know, everybody's probably right in that scenario. I mean, there's been times I probably blind rattled something in, and there's been times that it hurt something. There's been times where you probably could have.
Sure.
And there's been times where you just stayed quiet and got something to come in because you were quiet.
Sure.
So, I mean, you know, 6 of one, half does the other.
Right.
I just get bored. I start blowing on shit.
Well, I figure if I'm not seeing anything, worst case scenario, I'm still not seeing anything.
Right.
You know, why not give her a try?
Yeah.
You know, and it worked for him. I'm assuming. Whether it did or not, I'm going to say it did.
Right. Well, did he come in looking?
He did. He come in and he had his head up, and he come walking in, and this food plot it's long and narrow. It's not very wide, maybe 10 yards wide, but it runs north and south. I get decent enough sunlight to grow something, and he's walking kind of diagonal up across that through the entrance where I run my tractor and whatever else through there. I'd ranged that spot right at 20 yards, like right there. He was exactly what you wanted him to do, where you wanted him to do it, and when you wanted him to do it. Perfect. I'm going to tell you the sun was in my eyes, and I had something, you know.
Dust.
Yeah, there was a lot of things going on.
Wind blew real hard, got teary-eyed. I get it.
My heart started beating real fast.
It was weird. I'd never
I had a
experienced that.
massive erection for some reason.
So
Sorry, I'm trying to be good over here. I'm trying to be good over here.
She's probably heard worse. I'm just saying. So he's walking up, and like I said, I just had my phone out, so I wasn't really paying attention. Put it up, grabbed my grunt call, grunted a couple times, and was just kind of kicked back, relaxing. So in the stand, I am facing west, straight west.
Okay.
Bluebird skies. The sun is out. It was bright.
It was bright.
It
yeah.
was bright. It was. But that's not why I messed up. That's buck fever all day long. It happened, and I hit him just a little bit high and forward.
Okay.
And
Did the arrow stick in?
it did. It stuck in that front side of that shoulder, and I watched him run out into my hayfield and cut straight south. I'm like, all right, I'm really excited right now. I've got all kinds of emotions going on, but also that did not look very good. And immediately you start getting regret and all kinds of doubt or you know, all kinds of emotions are going on. And
It's not a fun feeling. I've only dealt with it one time too, or maybe you have more, but it wasn't as big as this one. And that is not a fun feeling, especially like waiting all night long.
oh yeah,
Or
I mean,
making all these calls and yeah.
so I wasn't excited about the shot, but I was excited about what had just happened. So of course I called my wife. Hey, I'm about to fall out of this tree. I shot him. She knew who this deer was. I talked about
Yeah,
him
because
all
he
the
had a
time.
name, 14.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the smartest whenever it comes to technology, so getting everything lined up on the computer and laptop and all that stuff, she helps me out. So I'm very thankful for her. Very thankful as far as organizing me and helping me find how to take this deer, or hopefully take him. And I ended up going back to the house, told her what was going on. Let me back up. I waited until it did get dark that night.
Yeah.
I was like, it's not going to hurt to give him some time. And I wasn't 100% on the shot anyways, so let's give him some time. Wait till dark, head back to the house. We jump in the side-by-side. We start tracking. No blood at all in that field. From the point of where the arrow hit him, no blood. But I had a pretty good idea, pretty good memory on his route, and nothing in the field. We kind of spread out and start watching. But there's one trail, and I mean, he was heading right towards it. And then there's a really big creek that runs along the west side of the property that kind of noses back and cuts him off. So I'm figuring deer usually like going least path of resistance 9 times out of 10. Let's give it a try. And we ended up getting on blood. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
good. there is a hope in there, so let's get after it. But it was tough tracking. I mean, immediately you have a bad shot and you start seeing little splots here and there. You're like, this just
crap. That's muscle. Yeah.
This ain't a good day. This ain't a good feeling.
So what were you? What kind of broadhead were you shooting?
A Muzzy 3-blade, 100 grain fixed, just plain Jane.
It's a good broadhead.
It's been around a long time.
Yep.
Killed a lot of deer. So
Yeah, I've killed some deer with those.
never had a problem with them as long as you can hit your mark.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. That. I mean, that's kind of part of it. You know, we've all had weird shots.
I mean, I shouldered one 3 years ago.
That was the
I can't
weirdest
remember.
damn story still.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Everybody
I saw the deer coming to help him cross the road.
Yeah.
I'm like, that. He ain't dead, and come to find out he
was a
wasn't.
mile away.
It was a
too
mile
long.
away.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
we told it on the show, but it's been several years. But yeah, he shouldered a deer. The broadhead. I mean, what, like this far?
So it literally. So I was shooting those
Thorn crowns.
Thorn crowns. They were about like that long, and they had like 3 different blades sticking out. It was a gnarly looking broadhead, and I literally got the only penetration I got was the broadhead. I hit him dead in the shoulder. I hit a twig on the shot. I saw because I shoot nocturnals, and as soon as I released, I saw that thing just tick.
Yep.
And just hit him straight and dead in the
And
shoulder.
he tells us this. So me, Andy, and
Pat,
we all meet up and we drive over and we're hit a gravel road to come to him, and we see this deer limp across the road with the same shoulder that he hit.
Yeah.
And we're like, and it was a buck, and we're like, dude, that. So we're like, nah. And then once we found the arrow, it was barely anything. You know, it's kind of like, oh shit, that was that deer, and he didn't die. But
no,
yeah.
I got him 2 weeks later on camera.
And then hell, my first archery deer was a shoulder deer I didn't find.
Sure.
So I mean, it happens.
Eventually, it's going to happen.
Right.
I mean, that's
The dudes that
unfortunate.
say I've never injured a deer, never lost anything,
Just keep hunting.
suck on it. First off,
Just keep
yeah,
hunting.
and
Kudos. to
not
you.
all of us shoot crossbows.
Right.
So anyway, okay.
We're not
So
going
you-
to get into that, are we?
So you're tracking him.
We are tracking them.
Small amounts of blood.
Small. It's pretty late. It's starting to get.
Is this the next day?
No,
No,
this is the
that
same
night.
night.
Oh, okay.
Same night.
Okay.
So through the hayfield, it was probably about 75 yards or so, and then it went into the timber
Okay.
and started getting into some really creek bottoms and nasty thick stuff to where he went back to bed. And he was heading right back to where I figured he came from. And the blood got really spotty, so we decided to back on out, head home. And I was like, man, should I call a dog? You know, I'm not 100% on that shot. I'm really questioning, and I don't want to bump this guy. You know, I'd rather give him time, but I gotta know. So my wife ended up finding out about this drone, the thermal drones, and ended up getting a hold of this kid, and he come out. He didn't show up till about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and come out there, and we drove straight on back in his truck out to that back hayfield that he ran across. Threw that drone up, and in 10 minutes he found him. I mean, he was.
You remember who it was? You remember the name?
I don't remember the name.
We've
of
had
the
a
fella.
one or two on our show, so I'm just curious. Probably not the guy that we've talked to.
Yeah.
But so took him 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean he did great. I mean he flew it up and boom, there he is, and flies that drone right over to him. Ends up getting a snapshot picture of him. So I'm seeing this deer that just shot. You can see where the arrow hit. You can see the wound in his shoulder. I'm like, yep, that's definitely high and forward a little bit. That's going to take some time. Let's go ahead and call her a night. Let's just leave him lay. We'll give him time.
He's not on your property at this point, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got to
Phone calls.
All those. Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Now you said he went south. that was towards the neighbor that you were friends with. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yes, I was
Yeah.
fortunate on that
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
I was very fortunate. It's also another, challenge whenever it comes to small properties. If you're not friends with your neighbors, that really renders a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So
I'm thankful that because I funded a small property, 40 acres, and I guess one of my deer that I've killed went on to the neighbor, but that neighbor and the landowner, which happens to be Andy, are friends. So all he does is call him and say, hey, can we go over and check it? Yep. Perfect. I've never had that situation where
I've had one.
You get
buddy,
told
I've
no.
had one buddy. He killed his first deer. I think it was a buck. I can't remember. But anyways, he was hunting a small property, and the neighbor wouldn't let him on there. It's like, how big of a dick you got to be?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'd take the trespassing ticket.
something.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but
Yeah,
dude, that's some bullshit.
like how big? I mean, because I think in Missouri it doesn't even
No,
matter.
you
like you
cannot.
You can't if you don't get permission.
Conservation agent can't even make them do it.
Yeah.
life's a lot easier if you get along with your neighbors.
Right.
Yes.
Definitely.
Or just
You
don't
know.
be a douche.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, if somebody's out there hunting, enjoying life,
Right.
why take that from them?
Well, and it's a lot of the people like that get told no. Now, we don't always know stories. I get that. But they're trying to do things the right way. They're asking. They could have just walked over and grabbed it.
Yeah.
But
It'd
instead,
be pretty easy.
they-
Wait till dark and just go grab him.
Instead, they
If you know
called
he's
and
dead.
asked.
Obviously, it's a little different.
Sure,
'cause
yeah.
You obviously saw him alive, so that changes everything. But
instead, they ask those questions, and sometimes you feel like doing things the right way is just not,
yeah,
I guess, which I'm never going to change. I mean, hell, let Baraka walk right by me because he was technically on someone else's land. Come to find out, I could have shot him all day. Did you see that place, by the way, now?
Oh,
Let's
it's
not talk
terrible.
about it,
Yeah,
but
it's
golly.
terrible. Yeah, it's not good.
They sold that piece of the property to the south of the farm, and it's just been ransacked. So, anyway.
So you got the drone.
So you got the drone, you found him, and he's alive.
Yeah.
Arrow's gone.
Arrow's going.
Did you ever find it?
Nope. Never did find that arrow. And so we waited till the next morning, and I think it was about 10 o'clock, 10:30. We took our time, went and got breakfast, Tried to hopefully have a good morning recovery, but we waited enough time.
That would have been over 14 hours at that point, 16 almost maybe, depending on what time you shot him.
Sure.
Because it's end of October, so it's going to be dark around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
6-ish.
So if
I mean,
you shot him, you're talking about 16 hours.
Yeah, the sun was still high in the sky.
Yeah,
So my camera actually has a picture of him right before I shot.
yeah,
The arrow wasn't in it or anything, but it was,
right before.
there.
Yeah,
5 yards before the shot anyway. And oh heck, I lost where I was at.
you guys
Go
went
eat
and got
breakfast.
breakfast. See, we did it to him. Yeah, you went and got breakfast.
Went and got breakfast, took our time, got back out there, and I knew where he was at. Obviously, the drone showed me where he was. I knew how the creek ran through there, and I was like, okay, I can come through the creek and hopefully just barely come up over the hill and maybe get an eye on him, see how he's laying, get a shot. Hopefully he's dead.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm walking into.
Right.
Who knows?
Right. But that deer, man, he had a perfect spot. Perfect. That creek, it's a deep creek. So, I mean, it's got probably 10, 15-foot banks on it. It's pretty deep. And he was up on a peninsula where the creek, it comes and wraps all the way around, and there's a big ditch behind him. And that's where he was bedded. He seen me in that creek before I even knew I was close to him.
Oh no!
I mean, he had me.
That's why
dead
he's
to
there.
rights. Yeah, absolutely. He knew what he was doing, and I have a feeling that is where that deer was living, was right in that area. Because as I jumped him and busted him out of his bed, there was another buck, maybe 30, 40 yards back behind him, that was bedded there as well, and he was a nice deer. Didn't get a good look on him because I was focused, but I seen the rack anyways.
Yeah.
So it's a good spot. So this deer, as soon as I kind of peek around this corner in the creek, he's up on his feet, and he's across the creek running up to the top of this bluff. I mean, he's gone before I can do anything. I'm like,
He looked healthy almost.
Yeah, he looked pretty decent the way he was running. He wasn't dragging his legs or anything like that. So I'm like, okay.
Crap.
Okay, well, best case, worst case scenario, he does live. You know, maybe I'll get him on camera. Maybe the neighbors hear about him, see him, something. You know, something to finish the story. Something.
Yeah, okay. 2 weeks later, I've got a photo of him. He's fine.
That's what we're hoping for.
Right? Like, that's the best worst case.
Yes.
I have a feeling that's not what happened.
Unfortunately, it didn't. He disappeared.
That sucks.
I mean,
like,
just
the rest of
gone.
that season had a freaking blow for you. You know, like, that, I can feel for you there because, like, just give me one freaking picture or let me see him, anything. You know what I'm saying? Just
something.
Yeah.
Something. Even if the neighbors would have seen him or found a shed or anything,
Right.
that would have been just something to know about him. And that never happened. It never came. The rest of the season sucked.
Yeah.
There was really kind of, dragging my ass to even go out to the stand. Like, well, he's gone.
Right.
And it's right at the beginning of rut. So I'm like, you know what? Let's be optimistic. Maybe something will cruise through. Who knows?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So continue to hunt. Never seen him anything. Never heard about him. Nothing. Year 2 comes to this year. This past season. Still nothing. He's gone.
no cameras.
Yeah.
He's gone.
I mean, that's what I
there's-
would thought.
So
I'd been
you're about 95% certain he died.
Yeah.
I mean,
nobody's seen him.
The way he lived on you, you were saying you're getting pictures of him daily. I mean, yeah, you did shoot him, and I have heard stories of deer just saying, okay, and they move 5 freaking miles away. So that's possible, sure. But I would have been, I freaking killed him. And
He went and died in the deepest, darkest hole somewhere to never be seen or found or, admired again.
Yeah,
He's gone.
right.
One of them things. And that's, oh, man, that's a horrible feeling. That's a horrible feeling.
Yeah. But life goes on.
It does.
Yep.
You get back out there, you keep going after the next one, and hopefully
It goes better, yeah.
something happens,
Right.
And so let's fast forward to this year. Still kind of bummed. Still don't, that deer was just on my mind. I went hunting, that deer was on my mind.
Right.
He had been for a couple of years, so he's going to continue. But, what was it, 2 weeks? Was it a week or 2 weeks ago?
the post?
The post that I made.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I mean, we've been
Time
conversing
flies.
for a few weeks, so yeah, something like that.
Time flies. Well, anyway, it was an evening time. Deer are starting to lose their antlers. Let's just go for a walk in the woods. Why not?
Although, were you the one who told me today that you saw 4 bucks all
Yeah.
still holding today?
All but one had one
One
side
had one
missing.
side. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, Monday.
Because when I went and picked up cameras today, I did some walkabouts, and the sheds I found were not from this year.
Sure.
They're both old.
Sure.
There's one in my truck still that is probably multiple years old. And I'm like, damn it. Because I don't find a lot of sheds. Like, I just don't look for them. I don't care about shed hunting that much. We got a buddy with Heartland Bowhunter that
Eats it up.
Like, I mean, just that's all he likes to do. Well, it seems like sometimes. Well, he's a huge hunter, but my gosh, like, you should see the sheds he has.
Yeah.
And I just could care less. I don't know why.
Hey,
Probably the kid thing again. I don't know.
I love going out and checking and watching, looking for trails, looking for different sign, and
Yeah.
if I end up finding the shed
That's
while
kind of
I'm
how
doing
I
it,
am.
I'm like,
I'll
awesome,
kind of like
man.
scan
Kudos.
as I'm walking and looking at stuff, but I don't like try to grid search for sheds.
Right.
If I see something sticking up, I'll grab it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, and that's kind of started out on that walk in the evening time, and I was down in a creek. It was starting to get a little bit later in the evening, so I got turned around, and I was going to hop up out of the creek and cut through just a little bitty thicket. I mean, between the fence, the whole property's fenced with cattle fence, just barbed wire. And between the barbed wire and the creek is maybe 30 yards. So just a little
thicket,
sliver,
yeah.
nothing in there really. I'm like, I'm going to just go and bounce up through here and get back on flat ground and start heading home. And I'm not kidding. As soon as I come up out of the creek bank, I'd seen I knew it was bone. It was white, something was shiny. I thought maybe rib cage instantly. And I
can see where you thought rib cage.
Yeah. I just barely caught a glimpse on the side there, and as soon as I took a couple steps to it, I ended up seeing this inside tine sticking off, and I was just like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I had no idea.
Was it on your property? Or?
He was.
Gosh,
he was.
Dude.
Like, no joke. He come.
I almost don't like that for you.
He came from where he was bedded, and I jumped him. And where he ran all the way up and over this bluff, and for him to come back down the opposite side of that bluff, across an open field, across the creek, and then come back and die 10 yards back onto my property. Who'd have thunk? You know, who would have thought that was...
And it's obvious that he died that year because there he is.
Yeah.
I mean...
Who would have thought that was going to be the outcome of this guy? I didn't. I sure didn't. But
I do. I almost feel bad that he died on your property because, like, it's one of them things. Like,
he was. Right
I would have been like, mother. I could have, I could have found him. All this stuff. Why would you have checked there? Sounds like it was just a stupid little. But it's just
multiflora rose and some other honeysuckle and stuff. Just nasty. Nothing.
And you wonder, like, for me, and you might get to this, but you wonder, like, was he just trying not to die and just that's where he finally fell down? Did he go in there in bed?
How long?
How long was it? Like, did it take 2 weeks? Did it take the rest of the year?
Did he die that day? I mean, you don't know,
all
man.
These things.
No,
like, did me bumping him cause him to rupture and die like 30 minutes later in that spot? Like, all these things that you'll never know the answer to.
On top of every other question that continues to keep coming,
So anyway, sorry. Go back to when you saw this inside.
I saw the inside, antler right there, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me!" And I was on the phone with my old man at the time, and he got to hear about it, and I was like, "Hey, I got to get off the phone here. I got to call my wife." I was like, she's got to hear about this. Like, I'm excited enough for the both of us, and she knew about the deer pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So she was excited for me too, and I'm still in awe that how everything and all the events ended up to this deer being on the table is, to me, it's I don't know, it's a heck of a story.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
Here's what else is highly unlikely, and you've probably knew what I was going to ask. How the hell he's been dead for 2 years and there's not a single chew mark on this freaking deer?
Nothing. There's one little scrape. I can't remember on what time it
You don't even notice.
I mean, you have to really look at it.
Like, I cannot believe that, dude. He must have really tasted like shit or something. I don't see it.
I mean, was his whole body there?
Yeah.
So, like,
his spine and
everything.
That's crazy.
He was still attached to the spine right there.
Yeah.
There's a little point that would have potentially been something too. Like, that's crazy. I mean, you do find stuff from time to time, that are sheds that aren't chewed on. But, like, look at that one. Now, that's from last year.
Mm-hmm.
That's chewed up. That was out in a bean field. So, I mean, that makes more sense. But if he was in this nasty, thick stuff, I guess you could see where, like, mice would be in it. But
I would think
a squirrel might not mess around in there. But
so
I cannot believe this.
I made a post about that deer, and obviously, squirrels. That's the first thing that comes to mind. The first thing that came to my mind was, how is this thing in perfect?
I'm still looking
for
that one chew mark.
I wish I could tell you.
You made the post.
I wish I could tell you which point it was, but no, I made a post about it, and that was the first thing. A lot of people were asking, squirrels and stuff. I'm like, it blows my mind,
right,
as well.
The thing is,
because he's a little bleached.
Was there
like not much because he was in some thick stuff? It sounds like.
Let's deep dive this. Like, was there any hair, anything like that, or was it just pick clean?
It was just straight bone. Everything was straight bone.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely.
So you would, So you would have thought, like, the only thing you could have done is get a drone back out there again after you bumped him, to know.
Sure.
Yeah, but that's hindsight. I mean, I would have thought the same thing.
I
wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I would have been like, well, that's a living deer.
Mm-hmm. The way he ran off and the way he acted that night, and what my
Dude, you're full of shit. There's no scrapes on that.
yeah, there's there somewhere.
I'm about to chew on this motherfucker
Let me see
myself.
that thing real quick.
Keep on looking there, bud. That's crazy.
Golly. You just don't. I mean, a lot of times people, if it's been 2 years, like they'll find part of it. Oh, okay, he died that year.
Sure.
Or they'll find it, but it's totally just annihilated.
Sure.
I mean, that sort of stuff. Now, I will say I found a shed, just like I found that one today, that had no marks, nothing.
I mean, it's highly unlikely.
So it happens, but
Yeah.
especially a deer that died and not just a shed. Shed falls off, lays on the ground. He attracted a lot of scavengers and all this other stuff.
I mean, I'm sure you got coyotes out there just like every other farm, and
Yeah.
it's a miracle it didn't get dragged off somewhere else.
Especially being right off a creek.
And
I mean,
to be honest, he could have died somewhere else, and he did get
There
dragged
it is.
onto your property.
There's a little mark
I
right
mean,
there.
we don't know.
mm-hmm.
That's insane.
So
Anyway, so you made that post, and a lot of people were asking about
the squirrel
any
marks are getting chewed on. I can't tell you anything of what I found. I had one gentleman. I was like, buddy, you can come on out. I don't mind. I'm not trying to lie about something. I just think the story is real cool and wanted to share it.
Right.
I thought that was pretty neat. Most hunters could,
appreciate it.
appreciate or have been in that situation or have a similar story to. I just
Who never get to put an end to the story.
there you go.
They're
There
probably
you
just jealous that they didn't I never got to find my damn deer.
So you shot it. When'd you shoot it?
What was that? That's 26, 2 years ago. So I've been 24.
The
So you
season
shot
of
it
24.
24.
Season of
went through the
24.
all of 25 season, and then you found it when?
Well, a couple weeks ago. So
2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Something like
actual time, a year and a half-ish, something like that.
that. Yeah.
Wouldn't have been 2 full seasons.
Right.
Correct.
But still,
Dude.
gosh. Basically, the rest of 24 season and all of 25 season.
Yeah.
So almost 2 full seasons. And then after 25 season would have been a couple weeks ago, walking around after season was over. I'm sure it's happened, and our listeners, hopefully somebody replies and talks about one they found just the same way or something like that. But, normally the story doesn't end that way. I didn't kill him. He disappeared. No one ever saw him again.
And then that's it.
Yeah. Kind of like Sub-Zero. That was a deer that I hunted him for 2 or 3 years. I scared him once on the hoof, rattling at him. Now, I saw him, little bitch of a deer, took off running. But he had broken off his entire one side that year, so I decided to let him walk.
Okay.
Because he didn't really have anything anymore. And never saw him after that, ever again. I'm just curious, whatever happened to that deer. I never shot him, nothing like this. But you're always still curious. What?
Yeah, but that story,
Where'd he go?
That story is always going to be there.
Yeah,
You'll always think of it
Where'd
like
he go?
that.
Yeah.
And
that sort of stuff. So you've got an end of the book. Now, I also heard, so you made the post. Some people were talking negatively.
apparently everyone wants to just run people down, I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Welcome to the internet.
I guess, that's understandable too.
Yeah.
People are always going to just run their mouths and
Called
say whatever.
haterade.
Yeah, there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there that just sound like assholes, honestly.
But what's the point? You're not helping. You're
Just
not helping
to be
a
assholes.
single thing.
They're jealous.
Have you seen, I'm sure other community, there's only one community I care about, and that's my family and then the hunting community. Have you seen the way we treat each other sometimes? I just talk shit about crossbow hunters, crossbow hunters compared to compound bow hunters and rifle hunters. Sometimes we're assholes to each other. We do it in good fun. I don't care what you use.
Absolutely.
But-
Absolutely. And good fun, good humor,
Yeah.
by all means.
But
Yeah.
some of the stuff.
But just
you
coming
do
up
hear.
with bullshit scenarios and you have no idea just from your freaking laptop. I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
Because, obviously they have no idea.
You don't know him. You don't know the scenario. You don't know
Yeah.
anything about it. But you know what? I know what you did. You did this. What?
Why?
No.
Tell me why. Why did I do that?
What would
Give
have
me a
served
reason.
the purpose of? Yeah. What would have? Why? Why would I have done that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't even think of some of the scenarios because then I'm like, well, then he wouldn't have had a drone out looking for it, and he wouldn't have went searching for it the next day. So that makes no sense. And if you would have asked, he said he did this. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he let it sit there for 2 years? You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make sense.
One particular fella had said that I had it stashed.
Why?
I mean, I actually.
Why would you stash it?
I took it and stashed. The point of that for I guess I can come back 2 years later and be like, look what I found. I don't know, but I really don't know.
Would you have just wanted to find it?
That's the dumbest thing.
If you found it then, then you found it then. Why wouldn't you? You know that doesn't make sense. Why would you wait for 2 years and go? Okay, I'm finally going to show people.
He could have grew a couple inches. You never know.
Yeah, well, he would have been big next year.
Yeah, would have been a hell of a deer next year.
So some people don't get that. You know that, right? That's what's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a good one next year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, his brain is gone, but other than that, dude, that's a crazy story.
That's nuts, man.
I mean, so you called her. What did you say to her? Like, I'm just curious.
I just shot him.
No,
like that was pretty much it.
No, we're talking about
you called her when you found him.
Oh, whoops!
I just shot him.
I just shot him again. No, I was like, you're not going to believe this. I just found him. I just found the 14. And she's like, no, you didn't. Yeah, I did. And I told her where it was, and we've got a stand we call the Bobcat stand for obvious reasons. And you probably could have seen him if you knew he was back there from that stand. He was that close.
So you got cameras over there?
No.
Oh, I bet you will now.
Okay, so this creek's got the 10, 15 foot banks on it.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of trails that go through there or highways that you would call to make you want to put a stand there that you're like, okay, this is going to be a good spot.
How deep is that creek?
As far as water?
Yeah, like at the normal
pools of water.
There's your trail.
Yeah.
You know, that like I've always wanted to have like a camera just sitting over the creek. You know, a drier creek, and just because hunting the farm that I told you about that my brother-in-law used to, me and him, we would hear deer in there all the time, and it was a full creek of all. It was what do you call that? A wet weather creek? Like it was always had water in it.
Okay.
I don't know what that's called.
A creek.
Yeah, but not a dry. Like it didn't dry up either. It was always.
It wasn't a seasonal creek.
Yeah, it wasn't seasonal. There you go.
Okay.
And I still heard deer in there all the time because both sides of it were thick, nasty. Like you couldn't even walk through them.
Yeah.
He had to take a freaking tractor to get the trail one time for us. So what did the deer do? Walked in the creek.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was probably knee deep for a human. So for a deer, it's no big deal. And I'd hear them all the time in my stand, and heard one cross the creek and the neighbor shoot it one time. I mean, so I could definitely see where he probably just slipped up and
they do. I mean,
do some weird shit.
Well, you got to think for them that's a thermal hub too. So like all your thermals are always going down to those creeks, and they get the wind from everywhere. So it's good for them. I used to hunt one of my farms up north, hunted in kind of same thing. It was a dry creek, puddle here and there, but there'd always be big deer that would pop out of it every once in a while. Like they just love them. That's crazy though, man. 2 years.
Do you think he was lying? Yeah, well, that's good. You don't lie to your wife. Good boy.
That is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just been like, shut up. Quit lying to me. Especially if you told me, hey, I found blah, 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 freaking tripod or something.
Yeah.
I found tripod.
I probably
the three-legged deer.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's just kind of funny. I wouldn't have believed you.
The only other possibility that I can run in my head is he died some other way. That's the only thing I can think of.
Guess it's possible. It happened that year.
That's the part of the story that
you'll never know.
You'll never know it.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Wouldn't that be some shit? Like, okay, he lived.
Then he got hit by a car. And then came over there. We're not going to think about that.
Yeah, no.
You know what?
It still would be kind of.
I tell you what, if I would get a phone call or something after this,
I hit that deer,
and there was a kid that was like, "Hey, I actually shot that." Whenever I'd be like, "There you go, man. More power to you. That's awesome."
If you can prove it,
yeah, absolutely.
If you can prove it, yeah.
But
so, are you going to keep them like this? Are you just going to clean up the skull? What are you planning on doing with them?
I've got some ideas. That's about as far as I've gotten.
Yeah.
Or some ideas. I had one deer.
All you got to do is find a cape. That's all I'm saying.
So I've got one like that. I actually named him. He had a full-blown name.
13.
Old bastard.
Old bastard.
Old bastard. He was a good story, too, on that deer. But I ended up getting a cape for him just because I had a lot of history with that deer as well.
Yeah.
He was little basket.
A lot of taxidermists will find extra capes.
Yeah,
Like my taxidermist,
he buys a few
gets
every
some.
year just to have.
Technically, my taxidermist has a cape from a deer I shot that I haven't decided if I want to mount him or not. The one from last year.
I gave him one years ago. Yeah.
I'm sure that's gone by now.
Oh, I'm sure. But
I think he's holding on to my cape until I decide. So, I'm just saying, there's a cape potentially available if he hasn't used it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think he deserves a mount.
to me the story
If it was
is
me,
yeah.
If it was me, I think he deserves
It's not my
a mount.
money, so I ain't. But
Yeah.
like to me, the story is worth its weight in gold. Plus, you have a fully intact rack, and he is huge. He's not a 110-inch deer. Not that that's a bad thing, but
So my first thought was go ahead and get a cape for it. Go ahead and get it mounted and get the whole thing. Because why not, And my wife made a comment to me, this is how the story ends. This is him.
that is true.
Yeah.
So
Also, it's not $1,200.
Yeah.
is that how much it is now?
It
I
depends.
mean, in mine 1,100, my dude.
Mine was $750.
Yeah.
My dude was $750.
I mean, it's been a couple years, but I mean,
It's
that was like
getting more-
$450, $500
The
back
form,
then.
all the materials that these taxidermists are using is getting more expensive.
Yeah, you're plus
And
or
so-
minus $1,000
Yeah,
easy.
I would-
no matter where you go. I'm
yeah.
sure.
Holy smokes!
And where you are, there was a good one. I'm pretty sure one of the spouses passed away. Kenai's.
Kenai's is a good one.
But I think I could be wrong, but I
took
thought
mine to
the husband or
Brooks.
wife died.
I took Baraka to Brooks. I think it's Brooks.
Yeah.
They're in what freaking
Norburn.
Yeah, Norburn. He did good work.
Yeah.
Did good work.
And my guy's in Odessa.
Yeah. The guy I'm using now, True Tales, he's in Bait City. He does good work. So
But yeah.
you got options.
Sure.
But I mean
Sure.
I totally get
I do get that, too.
I get it.
Go buy you like a skull hooker and hang him in the house.
That's-
Just how he is. Because he doesn't even smell. Like,
No.
sometimes, he's been dead for a few months, but there's still some brain in there.
He had to have been in that grass really good. Like I'm assuming that stuff was like chest high, like during main season.
It was just brush,
Just nasty.
just multiflora rose.
Think about the top
honeysuckle.
of Andy's, how nasty that is. And then don't cut any trails
I
through
mean,
it.
the sun. It does not look like the sun got to him that much.
So where that creek is, on the other side of it, there's the bluff that he ran over. Mm-hmm. So there is sun, but you're talking like in the middle of summer. You're talking
Right.
after 4
And
after 4 o'clock.
we have a
So-
bunch of vegetation at that point.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
That makes
It
sense.
was this side here that was sticking up, and you can see it's got more sun on this side
Yeah.
Than that.
than that other side.
Yep.
Yeah, probably a little, but
Not a lot though.
not a lot. I did find that mark finally. Right.
And we talked a
Right
little
there.
bit about it before we started recording.
One little chew mark.
I don't know if it was a squirrel or a mouse.
You know what would
I
have been
don't
funny?
know.
If that chew mark happened right before you popped up, and if you wouldn't have found him a week later, he would have just been disintegrated by mice.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
if he would have died, if he could died in the creek, it would have been a different story
That's crazy.
or something like that. But just so people know,
He did get chewed on here.
shut up, I'm talking.
No.
Just so people know, like we did talk about, you had him taped out. What did he end up taping out at?
So I had a gentleman tape it out at 173 and some change.
Mm-hmm.
Rough score. I don't know how to score deer. I'm going to tell you right now. I can guess. That's about the best I can do.
About tree fitty.
So,
I believe it.
what he actually scores. So this weekend, they're at the convention center in KC. They're having the big buck contest, I think.
Okay.
I believe. I've never been there, but
I know the Show Me Whitetails Expo is March 15th
Yeah.
down at
They'll have,
the old Kemper.
Sure.
Now it's something else.
but yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked.
And they measure deer there, too.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dan Hollingsworth, who's been on our show, he'll be there measuring deer at that thing. We might be there. We have an option to have a booth anyway. But yeah, so you have options to get them, measured officially, which it doesn't necessarily matter. Once again, I mean, score is fun to know, but
I mean, I would just assume that if he is 173, I would assume like if you would, I would think he would have been like closer to 180, just not being out in the conditions that he was. Does that make sense? Like I feel like he shrunk more.
that's quite a bit of shrinkage.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know, man. Mine.
I mean, some deer do shrink.
Mine
Yours shrunk 2 3/8.
Yeah.
It's 2 inches, not 8.
Mine hadn't been sitting outside for.
Yeah, but once they have that drying period, they typically that's
I
where
would
it stops.
I would still think. That
But
it
I
would
mean,
have
it's
some
possible
effect
for
in it.
sure. The I don't know all the details on that stuff, but
To me, score, like you said,
Once
score's
again,
cool,
yeah.
but
He's a cool deer.
I would put him probably in the 50s. Myself.
he's definitely bigger than that.
No, yeah, he's a lot bigger than that.
If I put a window on him, I'd say 165 to 175. That's I think earlier I said high 160s.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was thinking
And-
like 167.
Yeah, if I guessed
Somewhere around there, and I'm not very good at it. I suck at it.
6'7".
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
So, well, that's cool, man. That's a cool.
That's crazy.
Story.
What a story.
I'm glad you tied a bow on it, because I mean, that would have sucked. I mean, obviously, you
had moved on.
We move
Yeah.
on. We don't think about them as much anymore after a little bit of time. But finding it that way, that's kind of cool. That's pretty neat. So,
It was definitely something I wasn't expecting for sure after 2 years.
yeah, I wouldn't have expected
It's-
it.
It's over with.
Can I get a little deep for a second?
What?
Do you believe in heaven?
Sure.
Okay, sure. You ever wonder what it's like? Like, if you get to go there, if you're a good enough person someday, and it's a real thing, and you get to go.
So there's a painted picture. Sure.
Sure.
There's a painted picture.
Well, one of my painted pictures is I just get to sit there and ask God all the freaking questions I want. And one of them would be like, all right, so you remember back in 2024 when I was hunting this deer? What happened to him? Like,
Yeah.
I would
Can
be
you
just
paint that picture for
yeah.
me?
Like if I were 95 years old on my deathbed, I'm like, I can't wait to start asking some questions. This is one of the first ones I'm going to ask. Or who really shot Kennedy? That sort of stuff.
Sure.
If we're getting down to it, there's a lot of questions I've got. So,
Yeah, me
a
too.
lot of questions.
Me too. But this one would be pretty up there. Okay, now, what happened to the deer? When did he die? What happened? All kinds of fun stuff. But, I don't know. Probably won't get asked questions like that. He'd be like, nah, I got too much going on, man.
Sure, why don't you just come on over here?
Yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So hopefully a kid doesn't come on and say that he actually shot it and you have to give it away.
He
but,
doesn't have his ivories.
but yeah. So very cool
His what?
They can get ivories.
sometimes.
What was that deer I found that had 2 ivories?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, they're not like a elk would have.
Sure.
But they can get a little bit of an ivory. He's missing that tooth. He did get chewed up a little bit. I'm just dumbfounded by this damn thing. All right. Brandon, congratulations on closing the book on 14 and getting to bring him home at least, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I do.
And thanks for telling us about it and, being willing to come on and tell the story. That's a cool story. I mean, it's fun for us to hear these stories. It's one of my
Definitely.
favorite things to do is the Tales of the Chase stuff. So,
For sure.
yeah.
So awesome.
All right, man.
Well-
Do you want us to pimp your social media or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
You guys you're fine. You're
All
good.
right. All right. So we're going to get off here.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, dude.
See ya.